Jordan Peterson brutally criticized Hollywood actors and explained why he has a big conflict with them. According to Jordan, Hollywood actors are losing all their trust from people because they are trying to destroy America with their actions. Peterson mocked celebrities and revealed how no one cares about their political opinions. Then he mocked them again and said that most of them are just not that smart. This is an interesting story, so let's explain everything. So a few days ago, Jordan Peterson made very interesting statements during the conversation with Brett Cooper. They started conversation about Adam Carolla's new TV series, in which he plays a traditionalist woodshop teacher facing a rapidly changing world. The series aims to provide comedy that resonates with the common person, that reflects the struggles of those feeling abandoned by modern comedy trends. As Jordan says, in Hollywood there is bad agenda which is bad for society. In response to this situation, Jordan said, "Hollywood agenda is a mask, it's just a destructive agenda. It's just a demolition agenda of all traditional values. We're pro-inclusion, that's the mask. That's so that if you attack it, you sound like a bigot." And this conflict between Jordan Peterson and Hollywood is not new because it all started 6 years ago. That's when in January 2018, Jordan released his book called 12 Rules for Life that sparked conflict with Hollywood, primarily due to its controversial and polarizing themes. The book gives practical advice based on psychology, philosophy, and Peterson's views on religious and mythological stories. It often questions modern progressive ideas. Peterson criticizes political correctness, identity politics, and social justice movements, which are popular in Hollywood. This has led to strong opposition. Many people in Hollywood see his ideas as old-fashioned and against the industry's progressive values, creating tension between Peterson and those who support inclusivity and diversity. And in the last few years, Peterson's conflict with Hollywood got even worse. For example, in March 2018, on Jeffrey's Comedy Central show, The Jim Jeffries Show, Peterson discussed various topics, including political correctness, free speech, and his controversial views on gender and pronouns. The tension arose when Jeffries questioned Peterson about his stance on compelled speech, particularly regarding the use of preferred gender pronouns. Jeffries challenged Peterson's views, leading to a heated exchange. Peterson later stated that Jeffries and the show had misrepresented his views through selective editing, and they only showed moments that they needed for depicting a different story, and not what happened in reality. Then in 2021, Jordan continued this conflict by responding to Marvel's issue of Captain America. Peterson said he was surprised by a Captain America comic where the bad guy, Red Skull, seemed to make fun of his book. In the Captain America comic, the superhero fights Red Skull, who is now influencing men online. Red Skull tells them they are secretly great and that the world is against them. One comic panel caught the attention of Peterson's fans, showing Red Skull with phrases like chaos and order, Carl Luger's genius, the feminist trap, and 10 rules for life. These words were seen as a reference to Peterson's self-help book. Responding to the cartoon, Peterson tweeted, "What the hell? Do I really live in a universe where Ta-Nehisi Coates has written a Captain America comic featuring a parody of my ideas as part of the philosophy of the arch-villain Red Skull?" Then in 2022, the famous incident happened between Jordan Peterson and Olivia Wilde, when Olivia Wilde made comments about Peterson in relation to her film, Don't Worry, Darling. In an interview, Wilde mentioned that Chris Pine's character in the movie was inspired by Jordan Peterson, whom she described as this insane man and a pseudo-intellectual hero to the incel community. Wilde's characterization of Peterson as a hero to the incel community and her negative portrayal of him drew a response from Peterson. He expressed surprise and disappointment at being labeled in such a manner and defended his work, emphasizing that his ideas and teachings are often misunderstood and misrepresented. Jordan responded to Wilde by saying, "It's very difficult to understand how demoralized people are, and certainly many young men are in that category. And you get these casual insults. These incels. What does that mean? Well, these men, they don't know how to make themselves attractive to women who are very picky. And good for them. Women, be picky. That's your gift, man. Demand high standards from your men. Fair enough. But all these men who are alienated, they're lonesome, and they don't want to do, and everyone piles abuse on them." And in 2024, this conflict got even worse. For example, a few weeks ago, Peterson criticized celebrities for talking about their political views during award shows. Jordan spoke about this on Piers Morgan's show, discussing the recent Golden Globe ceremony. Morgan mentioned that Hollywood stars seem to have taken note of Ricky Gervais's 2020 hosting, where he mocked them for frequently showcasing their moral superiority in their acceptance speeches. Peterson said, "At the Golden Globes, the storytellers are realizing that subordinating their venture to the idiot political, especially a victim-victimizer narrative, which is the lowest form of the political, is counterproductive in every possible way, including financially." Then he added, "No one cares what a star thinks about Trump, especially when what they have to say about Trump can be said just as coherently by your demented neighbor." And today in 2024, the situation got even worse, when during the conversation with Brett Cooper, Jordan pointed out the broader implications of this cultural shift, critiquing the agendas behind modern reinterpretations of classic tales. They argued that under the guise of inclusion, there is an ongoing attempt to undermine traditional narratives and values. This critique extended to the broader social and cultural trends, emphasizing the need to uphold traditional values amidst these changes. Jordan said, "No matter how bad, there's no limit to what people are capable of doing. And so you can be absolutely 100% sure that that new margin has a multiplicity of more extreme margins on its fringe, and there's no end to that." Well, the end is that everything collapses. That's how this has happened historically. And for now, there is no reason to think that this conflict will end anytime soon. We can surely expect new chapter in this conflict between Peterson and Hollywood celebrities in the near future. And that's it for today.